Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Hey, guys. Hey, you guys. So we are back. We are open and we are definitely, going and hanging out with the homie Sherlock. Um, Scott, have you seen the title yet? Have I told you the title yet? So as y'all can tell by the title, they're slanging harpoons, handcuffs, and hands. Wait, what was the full title? Wait, I done forgot the damn title. Around here, it's about to get a little thuggish. It's gonna get a little goonish. It's gonna get a little crazy around here. And you know what? I forgot my props. But as per usual, we're here. We're with Sherlock. It's a little crazy out there. We're on the case. We're used to the crazy. As always, it's you guys and Scott and myself and Sherlock Watson and whoever else joins in on these misadventures. And here we go. The original title of this is The Adventure of Black Peter. And you know what? Okay, I ain't got the props. I ain't got my book. I ain't got nothing. So wait, hold tight, y'all.
All right.
I hate to do it to you guys. I hate to do it. Scott, you hush. Scott, hush. No one wants to hear Jeopardy music. Okay. Well, okay. Now, so here we go. And could you turn the AC down? It's hot. Scott likes to keep it hot. Let me tell y'all a little background, a little behind the scenes tea. Scott be keeping it hot because let me show y'all why. Scott got this sourdough starter and he think he helping it by keeping everybody in a sauna. But that's not reality. We live in reality around here. So anyway, the story starts off with Watson. And Watson's like, oh my God, I ain't seen Sherlock in a little bit, but we've been busy. All these people, even though they don't know he alive, they've been calling him up, and asking him to come help them solve their cases. So he said, one day, well, it's been a couple of people coming over, looking for Captain Basil. And he's like, oh, it must be Sherlock over there, using one of his little aliases. And he must be staying at one of his other houses. So we didn't found out that Sherlock got a honeycomb hideout, a boom boom room, and a sugar shack. He got a couple of houses around here. Okay. He richer than what he letting on. He needs to run us some money. Scott, what you think?
Yeah.
Sherlock needs to be running us some money for doing all these cases with him. So anyway, a bunch of people been coming over looking for, Captain Basil, and Watson's like, that he must be using that as an alias, whatever. So eventually Sherlock do turn back up, and he turns up with a spear. Because who of us doesn't want a spear? I would like a spear. They have one at the Tractor Supply store that I feel should be part of my collection of weapons, Scott. So Sherlock turns up with a spear, and Watson is just looking at him like, sir, why the hell do you have a spear? Like, where have you been, and why do you have a spear? What have you been doing? And, Sherlock is chuckling. He's like, oh, you know me. I've been practicing. He was like, if you had went down to the butcher on 53rd Street, you would have saw me slanging this spear right on down to a pig carcass. That's why I got these pink ears on. This is for the pig carcass that was harmed during the making of this story.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he's like, I was slanging this spear at the carcass. And so Watson's like, so why are you slinging a spear at a carcass? And he was like, because of the story that's in the paper right now that I'm trying to help these people figure out, And then all of a sudden, here comes, where is he? Investigator Stanley Hopkins from Scotland Yard. So y'all can just pretty much hang it up flat screen for, I guess, Inspector Lestrade. I don't think he's coming back. But we do have, Lieutenant, or Inspector Stanley Hopkins. So he show up and he's like, oh my God, Holmes, look, okay, I can't figure it out. I can't figure out this damn case and I need a lot of help. I need y'all to come with me. Now, Sherlock has a lot of respect for this young man. He's like, he's a young and upcoming inspector. I got mad respect for him. I love this man. I see it in him. I see the spirit of Sherlock in him. So, he can come over anytime. So he's like, I need some help. And I'm gonna show y'all how this man go on a whole little roller coaster, child. He on the ups and the downs of how he treating the homie. Okay, so let's get into it a little bit. Scott, you ready?
I'm ready.
So, Holmes offers him breakfast, and he says, "No, thank you, sir. I breakfasted it before I came around. I spent the night in town, for I came up yesterday to report." "And what did you report?" That's Sherlock. "Failure, sir. Absolute failure." So, sir, you ain't done nothing. You just sat around thinking, "Oh shit, let me call Sherlock." You have made no progress. None. Dear me. I must have a look in the matter. Now here goes the homie. "I wish for heavens that you would, Mr. Sherlock. It's my first big chance, and I'm at my wit's end. For goodness sake, come down and lend me a hand." So y'all mark that. Mark that. Scott, are you marking that? Remember that this man then came and begged Sherlock to come on downtown and help him figure out this case. So Watson is just sitting there like, "Sir, the only thing I know is you running around with a damn spear. What is going on?" So they kind of, lead him in. So, there's a guy, his name is Peter Casey. They call him Black Peter. He was he had a ship. He was a sealer and a whaler. So I guess back in the 1800s, they were just out there slanging and just catching whales like Moby Dick and, catching seals. I don't know where the hell they were doing it at, but I guess that was a job that you could have. Okay. So Black Peter, I'm going to call him BP. BP, was, a captain of his ship. He was a captain. And, BP recently retired. Now, from what they know, BP is laying hands. He's laying hands on people, honey. He is violent. He likes violence. He came here for violence, honey. So Black Peter, he likes to hit the bottle, honey. Not the brandy, but the other stuff, I guess, the rum. So Black Peter likes to hit the bottle, but when he hit the bottle, he get a little angry. And he want to put hands on people. So what does he do? He goes stomping on through the house. He got a he got a wife, and he got a little 20-year-old daughter. He's stomping on through the house, scaring the hell out of people, chasing them outside and beating the hell out of them outside. And some man came to help them, the women who he was beating outside. He's laying hands on outside. And I guess Black Peter was like, "You don't get to tell me what the hell to do." And so he laid hands on that man too. Black Peter's violent, honey. Okay? Especially when he been drinking. So Black Peter also has a little cabin, or maybe his wife made him have that cabin that's right outside of the house. And, a couple of days ago, they found him unalived up in there with a harpoon thrown through him. It happens. I forgot harpoons even existed, but it happens. Okay? I wonder if they still have harpoons today.
Sure they do.
What are they harpooning?
Fish.
Who is harpooning fish? I guess. So anyway, so the man got found with a big old harpoon through him. Cool, whatever. Things happen. And so they're trying to figure out who the hell harpooned this crazy man. So Sherlock is like, "Okay, well, did you, what all did you find?" So, I forgot what his name was. Inspector Hopkins was like, "We found a pouch with some tobacco with CP in it. We also found a notebook with blood all on it. And, I don't know. I need you to come solve this case for me so I can take credit." He's saying that to Sherlock. Really, he is. And so Sherlock's like, okay, I liked you. I liked you a lot. I see you up and coming, sir. And you came real humble. You came begging. And people don't even beg no more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on over there and help you. So they get on over there to where they found this harpoon man at. And Sherlock is like, let's talk to the wife and the, daughter. And so they go talking to the wife and daughter. They also found a knife. So Sherlock goes to the wife and he's like, "Is this your husband's knife? Is this him?" And she's like, yeah. And she's all teary-eyed and crying. I don't know why. Like, girl, you ain't got nobody to put hands on you no more. You should be happy, but whatever. So she's over there crying and she's all upset. She's like, I miss my husband beat me. And so she's like, yeah, that's his knife, because they found a knife in there too, sitting near the body. So they was like, okay, ma'am, cool, go away. Go mourn over there. Then they get to the daughter. Now, the daughter had a whole nother story. The daughter was like, look, let me tell you something. I am happy that man is gone. Okay. I'm tired of being woke up. I was trying to get me a little boo down the street, but I can't get no damn beauty sleep because this man constantly coming in here drunk, laying hands on me. So I'm happy he gone. Okay. That's all you gonna get from me. So she waltzes off and she's like, whatever. She was like, God bless the person that did it. Period. Now, let me go get my beauty sleep so I can go on down to the juke joint down there and get me a man. Period. So she gone. So, Sherlock's like, okay, cool. So he's like, let's go check out this man's little cabin thingy, his little man cave in the back. So they go out and check out the man cave. Now, let me tell you something about this man cave. You could tell this man was a captain of a ship. Because they said they opened the door, they went inside, and it looked just like a damn ship on the inside, which is really weird. Like, sir, you retired for a reason, not to do the job again, not to revisit the job, but clearly this is where you peaked. So I guess you got to relive that moment over and over again. So they go in, and it looks just like a big old ship, and there are harpoons everywhere, and whatever else is on the ship, and maybe one of those, what is that called, Scott? That big old wheel.
I forget what it's called.
Probably one of those, a bow and a stern and all of it. So they're like, oh, okay. So Sherlock's examining around. He noticed that there's a part where the books are, and there's like a part where there's no dust. There's dust around everything else, but there's this part where something was. And he was like, well, something was here. So we need to check for that, whatever was here before. Then he's like, he goes outside and he's like, okay. Then he looks around the window. Oh, what is that? Scott, what is it? Somebody tried to bust in the window, y'all. Somebody then took a knife, a butter knife or something, and tried to get up in the window of the man cave. And so Sherlock was like, right here. He was like, somebody tried to get in here. And let me tell you, they were very unsuccessful, kind of like you, Inspector Hopkins. Okay, unsuccessful, baby. And why didn't you see this when you looked the first time? See, this is why I'm here. And so he was like, somebody tried to break in. Clearly, they brought a butter knife, and the butter knife is not working. And so he was like, they probably gonna come back tonight to try to break in again. So what I'm gonna do is go on a little nature walk with Watson and the Scooby-Doo crew. That's us. And we gonna come back before the sun go down, and we gonna hide in the bushes as we do, and we gonna see who come back. Period. That's what we gonna do. So they peeping and they peeping. I don't have my little bush thing, but we'll pretend like this is it. So they sitting there behind things and they looking. Oh, I forgot one part. Also, some other guy, they interviewed some, like one of the maids, the butler to somebody. And he was like, there was somebody in the office with him like a couple of days. It was somebody that wasn't Black Peter or BP. It was somebody else. I don't know who it was, but they were there. It looked crazy, but I didn't care because that man crazy and I didn't want to ask no questions. I don't like him. And so, they were like, okay, cool. So he didn't been visited before. So anyway, they're hanging out. They hiding behind bushes, like my cats be hiding behind like poles that people can see around them. And all of a sudden they see this little young skinny man tipping. He jimmies a little thing. Well, they weren't in the bushes. They were hiding in the cabin. He jimmies the little window open. He uses little whatever. He jimmies that window open and he gets in. And he goes around and he looking through books and he's like, oh my God, I'm looking for son. I can't find it. He opens up this one thing. He's like, what the fuck? What the hell? And so finally he gives up and he is about to leave. But Inspector Hopkins grabbed him up and was like, get over here. Get over here. What the hell you doing here? You know this is a scene of a crime. See, here go one of them cats. They're annoying. So anyway, so they snatched the dude up. And they're like, who are you? Who are you and what the hell are you doing here? This is the scene of a crime. And so the dude, he was like, I'm John Hopley Nilsson. We're going to call him Johnny Depp. So he's like, I'm Johnny Depp, and I am here not because I unalive nobody. I did not unalive nobody. And I saw that body the night before, but I ain't do nothing about it. But I did not unalive anybody. He was like, I am here because I am trying to clear my daddy name. I'm trying to clear my daddy name, y'all. My daddy was framed. And he disappeared after he went on this man on BP's ship. He disappeared. Where the hell he at? I'm trying to figure it out. And so he was like, you know, my daddy was a banker. The bank went upside down. And before my daddy could get arrested, my daddy had this silver box with stocks in there because he believed that he could like pay back all the people he owed money to. And he got on a yacht. They said a yacht. He got on a yacht one night and left us and sailed off, and we ain't never see him again. He was like, but them stocks that he took, somebody been selling them. So he was like, I know somebody got it. Now, I don't think it's my daddy. I didn't trace. I'm a detective, probably better than Inspector Hopkins. So what I did was backtrack, figured out who sold it, and hey, it was BP over here. BP was selling my daddy stocks that he had stole from his company that went under, and I'm here to avenge my daddy. I'm trying to get these stocks. And so, you know, Inspector Hopkins was like, is that all, sir? And, you know, Johnny Depp was like, yeah, that's it. And he was like, is this your notebook? This your notebook? And Johnny Depp was like, oh, yeah, because it had his initial on there. He was like, oh, yeah, that's my notebook. Oh, I thought I had left it at the hotel. And Inspector Hopkins was like, you under arrest. Break yourself. You have the right to remain silent. All that stuff. And, you know, Johnny Depp was like, I ain't do that. I told you I didn't do nothing. I'm here to avenge my daddy. Y'all think I'm playing, but I'm not. And so they end up hauling him off. Inspector Hopkins ends up hauling him off to prison. Now Sherlock was like, oh, I don't think that's not your dude. That's not your dude. And here we go with that roller coaster ride. So remember the first time Hopkins came like, oh my God, I need help. I can't do it by myself. Now listen to him. That is enough, Hopkins said sternly. Whatever else you have to say, you must say in court. You got the right to remain silent. You will walk down with me now to the police station. Well, Mr. Holmes, I am very much obliged to you and your friends for coming down to help me. As it turns out, your presence was unnecessary. And I would have brought the case to this successful issue without you. Did you see that damn screen that had been picked, sir? You didn't. You came humble as hell. Now you coming all haughty and like you ain't need nobody. But okay, that's cool. That's cute. We love it. Anyway, but nonetheless, I am grateful. Rooms have been reserved for you at the whatever hotel so we can all walk down to the village together. Well, Watson, what do you think of it as Holmes as we travel back the next day? I can see that you're not satisfied. Oh, yes, my dear Watson, I am perfectly satisfied. At the same time, Stanley Hopkins' method do not commend themselves to me. I am disappointed in Stanley Hopkins. I have hoped better things for him. One should always look for a possible alternative and provide against it. It is the first rule of criminal investigation. So this fool then came over to 221B Baker Street begging, Baby, come back, I need you. And now that I didn't solve the crime for you, or at least got you halfway through the crime, now you over there, I ain't need you. Oh, really? So Sherlock is like, whatever, I ain't listening to this fool. So Sherlock was like, I already did solve the case. This man don't know what the hell he doing. That's why he came to me in the beginning. Okay, pop collar. That's why he came to me in the beginning. And so what we're going to do is this. He was like, he didn't got the whole wrong man. He got this whole case wrong. He got to keep going and looking for alternative, things. And so he's like, come on, Watson. He was like, we're going to write 2 letters, okay? Because they got on home. He was like, we're going to write one, and it's going to be from Captain Basil, me. And, I'm going to just put an advertisement out saying, hey, I'm willing to pay top dollar for a harpooner. And we're going to send another letter to, Inspector Hopkins and tell him bring his ass on to breakfast tomorrow, okay? That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to chill and play my violin, period. So the next day, Hopkins gets there at 9:30. He scheduled the interviews for 10 o'clock. And, Sherlock is letting them know, like, sir, you got the wrong man. You about to arrest the wrong man, okay? Don't do it. Hold tight. I'm about to get your man for you in real time, okay? Because I'm that dude. I'm Sherlock. And so Hopkins is giving him a little attitude, which I do not appreciate. And luckily, I'm not really on this case, because let me tell you something. I would have cussed him out. So anyway, because he was just doing too much. So anyway, so Sherlock has, the people coming for their interviews to interview with Captain Basil. And you got 3 men coming in. So the first one, Sherlock was like, nope, here's a half a sovereign for your time. Nope, you ain't it. The second one come through. He's like, nah, you not it. You too scrawny. Then the third one come in and they were like, oh yeah. Sherlock was like, that one. So he whispers to Watson and he like, get your pew pew, baby. Get your pew pew. Because this the one. We about to take him down, baby. Get your pew pew. Get your bang back. And so Sherlock is like, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm going to totally hire you. I'm going to pay you all kinds of money. You're going to get rich over here harpooning whales. You're going to harpoon Moby Dick. Okay, you're gonna harpoon Sammy the Seal, whoever. Yeah, you're going to do all that. I'm going to pay you all kinds of money. And so, he was like, come on over here and sign this paper. And so the man went to go sign the paper. And here come Sherlock with the handcuffs like, clank, clank. Scott, give me your arms. Clank, clank. And so the man, he's a big old, strong, looking like The Rock type individual. And so he tussling. And Watson was like, even with the handcuffs on, your boy was giving it to Sherlock. And Sherlock pretty good. And so Watson had to pull out that pew pew and put it up to his head like, freeze, fool. Did you like my stance? Freeze, fool. Yeah. Did I look like a police? I look like a police officer. Yeah. Period. And so he's like, freeze, get down. Get on the ground. Well, he was probably already on the ground, but whatever. And so, the dude was like, okay. I'm done. No mas. I'm good. And so Sherlock is like, what the hell is your name? Who are you? And see, he was like, my name is Patrick Carnes. And he was like, did you unalive BP? And Patrick was like, I ain't unalive him. I was defending myself. Do you know this man crazy? He a problem out here in these streets. And so he said, he used to be his alternate harpooner when he was on the boat. BP and him worked together. And so BP, found this ship. There was a ship, a little yacht out there in the sea one day. And, it was one person on the ship. So, BP invited the man on. He was like, come on over here. Come on in. Yeah, your boat don't float. Come on over here. And so, he brought him on a ship. Now, he was like, everybody, the man disappeared that night and nobody knew where it was, but it's a bunch of damn sailors. They don't care. They like, whatever, girl. He wasn't I didn't know him. He wasn't my man. I don't care. And, of course, BP was like, oh, he decided he fell. He got drunk and fell off or whatever. Just any old excuse. And so nobody investigated. But Patrick Carnes was like, sir, I saw everything that happened that night. He was like, what happened was BP and the dude were talking, getting, drinking and talking. And the dude kind of, I guess, let slip out what, who he was and what he had. And so BP was like, oh, you got stocks and stuff? Oh, and just threw him overboard and got the little silver container thingy and kept it for himself. And then started selling them stocks off. And so Patrick was like, I was over here trying to blackmail him and get my money. Okay? Because I ain't got no money. So, sorry, that's the dog barking. So he was like, I just, went on and, was coming over to blackmail him. And I had been here a couple of days. The first day, it was fine. The second day, this man then pulled out a knife on me and tried to cut me. And so I had to grab one of them harpoons and I said, and threw it right on through him. So yeah, I took him out, but the man was trying to come for me. And he was like, I'd rather hang. He was like, I'll hang with pride. And I saved y'all a rope. I was like, period. He's saving rope, baby. Get him a Purple Heart or something. A Congressional Medal of Honor. And so, Inspector Hopkins is sitting there with his tail between his legs. You looking real stupid right now. Inspector Hopkins, not you. Like Inspector Hopkins sitting up here looking real dumb. Because you didn't told Holmes, oh, I saw that. You need to. Okay, so here's the apology. Here we go apology. Here we go apology. This is where humble happens. I guess it was good I wasn't there to like go off on this man because we wouldn't have got here. I must really apologize, Hopkins, said Sherlock. I fear that the scrambled eggs are cold. Classy based. However, you will enjoy the rest of your breakfast all the better, will you not? For the thought that you have brought your case to a triumphant conclusion. I got to learn how to do that. How to be like a troll when I know I'm right and they wrong. I got to learn how to do that. Usually I just like, Anyway, Stanley Hopkins was speechless with amazement, honey. How that look? Scott, look, I'm speechless with amazement. Wait, that might be shock. Is that shock? I'm speechless with amazement. I don't know what to say, Mr. Holmes, he blurted out at last with a very red face. Yeah. Luckily, they didn't have no cameras because I would have took a picture. It seems to me that I have been making a fool of myself from the beginning. Your words, not his. I understand now what I should never forget, what I should have never forgotten, that I am the pupil and you are the master, period. Even now, I see what you have done, but I don't know how you did it or what it signifies. Well, said Holmes good-humoredly. We all learn by experience, and your lesson this time is that you should never lose sight of the alternative. You were so absorbed in young Johnny, that you could not spare a thought to Patrick Carnes, the true unaliver of BP. How did Holmes solve this? Well, he understood that pouch, because BP did not smoke, but there's a tobacco pouch there. And he recognized that people sometimes have the same initials because there were initials on the pouch. Also, Sherlock had been out there harpooning and throwing spears at things and testing it out. And he was like, let me tell you something. It take a big old strong man who's experienced to get that harpoon all the way through, because that harpoon went through that man and like pinned him to the wall. That's a good harpooner. If that's what harpooning is, baby, put that man in the Olympics. Get the javelin. So, you know, he was like, it take a lot. He was like, Johnny Depp over there, he's skinty. He malnourished. He young. He ain't harpooning like that. But this big old dude over here, yeah, that's your dude. So, with that kind of concludes the case. This was a short one. What you guys got? What did you learn?
What Holmes said, never underestimate the alternative, and never.
You better look for more than one theory. You better look for more than one theory. What I learned is, don't be beating your wife or children. Don't do it. Or the people that come to help them out because you outside putting hands on them. Don't do it. And blackmail sometimes don't work. Don't do it. And if your bank go under, don't be trying to take the stuff to repay people by selling the stock. Don't do that. That's crazy. Did you have any final words?
I do not.
Well, we do have a snack. We have something to try. Oh, I forget what was what. I got two things here. Y'all can't see the other thing. This is, I want to say, a red bean paste. I done been to the Asian market again, y'all. A new one this time. This is a red bean paste sesame ball. I forgot what it actually is called. I can't even tell y'all. Oh my gosh, I won't even be able to tell y'all like, oh. But we're gonna give it a try. I love red bean paste pastries. So let's give her a go. Let's see what it do. Okay, Scott, I'm gonna leave you to open it. I'm not a good opener or closer. Do we got some scissors? Oh. Okay, let's try it out. Let's see what we got here.
Smells good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the red bean paste, y'all. I know it looks bad, but it's really good. What do you think?
Pretty good. Make the paste to be more pasty.
Yeah, it needs more paste. So this one, 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
I don't know, 6.
I'm the same. Okay, so with that, we'll be back tomorrow because, oh my gosh, I done went down a YouTube rabbit hole as per usual. Child, these people are treating bears like Winnie the Pooh. And so because I want to see y'all back, I got to explain this to you, what we don't do so we can always return. So with that, guys, from wherever I am to wherever you are, peace, love. Oh, we don't recommend this. Don't do it. Save the calories. Don't do it. If you got extra calories, if you skinny like that little boy, like Johnny Depp, then yeah, go on do it. But if you not, don't burn the calories. Anyway, from wherever we are to wherever you are, peace, love, happiness. We'll see you tomorrow because I like to do 3 videos a week. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a PSA. So, bye, y'all.